Well, good morning. I want to thank everyone for joining us here today for our end of the year public safety update here in Little Rock, Arkansas State Capital City. One of the things that I recently shared with Journey Taylor interviews that while we're seeing so much growth in the city, you can't have a true prosperous city unless it's safe and secure. And with that being said, I am overjoyed to report that yet again we are seeing very good and positive numbers as it relates to the crime reduction of violence here in Arkansas State Capital City. Chief Helton will often tell you that the true way to look at the numbers to understand about safety in any city across this nation is what the 5-year average is. And yes, you still have to pay attention to the year to date. And when you look at those numbers, the numbers continue to share the story of our holistic crime reduction approach and how it's working. The numbers just quite frankly don't lie. And so I'm happy to report that over the past 5 years, we've seen that overall crime has been reduced by 27%. Violent crime has been reduced by 21%. Year to date, very much similar mirrors that. Year to date, overall crime is down 21% and violent crime is down 12%. But the most significant number as we look at our end of the year results, particularly over the last 5 years, is homicides are down over the past 5 years 47%. That is a very significant turnaround in our city. And that's because of the leadership of Chief Helton and the men and women of the Little Rock Police Department, alongside our holistic approach partners in the prevention and intervention treatment led by Michael Sanders, our Director of Community Programs, where we truly focus on prevention, intervention, treatment, as well as data-driven decisions for targeted patrols in high crime areas. And because of that holistic approach, we've seen this significant turnaround in homicides in the state capital city, as well as overall crime and violent crime. I'm also happy to report that this past Tuesday, the City of Little Rock passed its 2026 budget. And that budget reflects our true priorities, which is economic development, quality of life in place, understanding that infrastructure is the foundation of economic development, but also public safety still remains priority number one. In that budget, you saw a historic pay raise for both police and fire, adding an additional 5%, maintaining the City of Little Rock and Arkansas State Capital City being the highest paid municipal force in the state. That helps us retain our officers, that helps us keep the officers and keep our vacancy numbers down. I'm very glad that we put in additional incentives, whether it's a $10,000 sign-on bonus for new recruits or for those who live outside the city who want to move to the city, an additional $5,000 bonus. These efforts help our police department bolster itself to be effective, but most importantly, focused on true community policing. And in their work and their partnership with our Department of Community Programs, as we focus on diversity training, restraint, understanding de-escalation tactics, and to move forward to have even more trust within the community as we move forward from a public safety standpoint. In addition to that budget, you see this not only focus on the men and women police department, but we understand in this day and age we have to be smarter on crime. And so you saw an increase in close to $1 million in technology to ensure that we continue to bolster the activities of our real-time crime center that's helped us truly move forward in driving crime down in our city, making us safer. In addition to that, it's not just the community programs, it's not just the men and women of Little Rock Police Department, it's also the additional dollars that we're focusing on within code enforcement, because we understand that we have to drive down blight in our city, and blight can create crime and at least become a host for crime. And so all these measures have been a part of this budget to ensure that we continue to be a safe city, part of that process. I want to thank everyone that plays a vital role, and particularly a group of individuals who don't always get the praise that we give the praise to the police department. That's our 911 professionals. They're the ones receiving the phone calls in individuals' darkest moments, and they are relaying the information to ensure that our officers have accurate information so they can truly be the guardians of our city. And I want to take this time to acknowledge them. And through that, you see this holistic approach and this team approach to ensure that we continue to have a safe city. And as we close out this year, and Chief Helton will give more information about these particular numbers, he'll also give updates about the holiday season that we're in. As we're coming upon Christmas, we're in the middle of Hanukkah, we'll be having Kwanzaa and many other celebrations as it relates to faith activities. We just want the residents of Little Rock to know that we're safe. We can always be safer. We always know there's more work to do. And under the leadership of Chief Helton and men and women of Little Rock Police Department, we have a safe city. We're going to be safer. And we're very grateful for everyone playing this team role to drive down crime here in the city of Little Rock. Chief Helton.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Scott, City Manager Hubbard, and members of the board. On behalf of the men and women of the Little Rock Police Department, I truly appreciate the support that you've been able to provide for us over my tenure as chief, and look forward to embracing that going forward into the future and doing the ultimate thing that means something to us is keeping public safety priority number one for us in our community. As the year draws to a close, the Little Rock Police Department reflects memorably on a year marked by continuous progress and building safer neighborhoods and stronger community partnerships. You know, at the beginning of the year, the mayor tasked all the board or the directors for the various departments in the city to get back to the basics. And that's pretty much what we've done. We've gone back to the basics and really embraced what policing is, how do we improve that, and then working hand in hand with other city departments. The mayor kind of referenced that a little minute ago, or a few moments ago. Working very closely with Director Sanders with community programs, Director Howard with housing neighborhood programs, Leland Couch, Director of Parks. All these intertwine with public safety on how do we get better, how do we work together to improve their overall health and quality of life for our communities. So that has been very effective in contributing to that public safety effort. As Mayor Scott noted, our crime numbers and our statistics have been trending downward. I'm very pleased with where we're at right now within our community, but we still have a lot of work to do. There are ongoing improvements that stem from concerted efforts, not only from the law enforcement standpoint, but our citywide approach to public safety. While crime stats reflect a great year, I do recognize that there's still a lot of work that needs to be done and will be done as we move forward and close out this year and move forward in 2026. Our commitment to collaboration, innovation, and community partnership remains the driving force behind our success. Since the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, the Little Rock Police Department has increased our efforts to continue our patrols with a holiday detail, really focusing in on shopping centers, all those locations where we know large gathering of individuals, restaurants, things of that nature, in order to make sure people that come to our community have a safe shopping experience, but also enjoy the atmosphere of what the holiday season is all about. So as we get ready to navigate next week being Christmas, everybody's going to be out doing their last minute shopping. Remain vigilant. Continue to practice all those safe things that you know that you should do, not leaving packages open in your car, being aware of what's going on around you. And if you see something, say something. So we encourage the community to do that. We're going to continue all those efforts all the way through the end of the year into the New Year holiday weekend. I also want to thank our detectives with the Real-Time Crime Center. I cannot express the support that they provide to the men and women of this department and how their operations have really impacted us in a positive way. I want to highlight an exciting accomplishment as we've done just in a short time this year. So far in 2025, we recovered 109 stolen vehicles. This time last year was 105. The dollar amount for this year is like $1.9 million in recovery of property for individuals who had their vehicles stolen. Last year was about $1.1 million. We couldn't do this without the help of our community. As of date, our Real-Time Crime Center has roughly 2,700 cameras registered. This is individuals that have registered their whether Ring doorbell camera or other devices that may have on their residence. They've registered and let us know they have cameras. And we have an additional 2,500 businesses or community stakeholders that have integrated their cameras with our Real-Time Crime Center. This demonstrates the community's shared effort and support to making our community safe and ensuring accountability. As we look ahead to the department's endeavors in 2026, we have our quarterly meetings that will be coming up in early January. First one being with the 12th Street Division on January the 15th. I strongly encourage members of our community to be part of this. We've seen a growth in our quarterly meetings in 2025, and that is very important to us because it's important for the community to be able to come in, have conversations with the commanders that are over those certain areas, whether it be the Northwest Division, 12th Street, or the Southwest. Get to know who those leaders are, get to hear what the problems are, make us aware of problems because we don't know what we don't know, and it has the opportunity to see what actually is going on. So we encourage the community to come out, be part of those quarterly meetings. We will continue to engage our community in every way possible. We want to maintain transparency, open dialogue by continuing to engage, contact with our community members, because that is a cornerstone of effective policing. We're encouraged to our growth and participation with all members. We seek to look to improve that as we move forward in 2026, because honestly, you've heard me say it many times before, everybody has a role in public safety. It's not just a police matter. And I concur with the mayor's statement earlier. All the other departments, 911, fire, code enforcement, community programs, parks, the zoo, no matter what it is in city departments, they all have a vital role. And I'm honored to be working side by side with those directors to make sure we improve our community. We see that a healthy community is a thriving community, and that's what we want to look for as we continue to grow as a city. On behalf of the men and women of Little Rock Police Department, I'd like to wish our community a very happy and safe holiday season and make you all have a prosperous new year. And with that, I'll conclude and I guess, Mayor, for any questions.
Thank you so much, Chief. Again, we're proud to share this update, also recognizing, again, while the numbers clearly speak for themselves, there's always more work to do. And also, numbers are numbers, and to people, there's always about the feeling. And that's the reason why we know we got to continue to focus on community policing led by Chief Helton, and also the work of Michael Sanders here with us today with our community programs. But again, we are grateful for the safety of this city led by Chief Helton and the men and women of the Little Rock Police Department, and a very significant drop in overall crime and violent crime over the past 5 years as well as year to date. I will now take any questions.
Where do we stand on fire and policing staffing in the year?
Right now, as it relates to police staffing, and Chief Helton will step in, but I will tell you, right now we may have 50 to 60 vacancies. As I'd often share with everyone, and Chief Helton was often shared as well, in the mid-90s, due to the cops bill of President Clinton, we had an influx of officers across the United States. And so now we're in this retirement season. So any given year, you're going to see a retirement of somewhere between 35 to 40 individuals. And that's the reason why we've had a continuous recruitment process. That's also the reason why we get the $10,000 sign-on bonuses. So while today it may be 50 to 60, February maybe 35 as far as the vacancy, and so it fluctuates throughout the year. But based on our projections, we believe by next summer that we could get as low as 20 to 30 as far as the vacancy, which is really good. But even right now, I think we're probably at 90, 91, 92% as far as fully occupied, which is great compared to other cities across the nation. Fire, we're always fully staffed in fire. Next question. Going once, going twice. Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, okay, guys. You did. I can lose some weight. All right.